What's good? Y'all know who it is and y'all know what it is. It's your boy Matthew Shack. And we gonna have to talk about something that is gonna get a lot of y'all in y'all feelings. A lot of y'all gonna get in your feelings when this man's name is brought up. I don't understand why, but then I do. The Khalil Mack return of the Mack possibilities in regards to coming home to the Raiders is something that will be a major argument if you're talking to certain people in Raider Nation. There's certain names you don't want to bring up and shit, and one of them is Khalil Mack. The other is Amari Cooper. Those are two subjects that will definitely get people in their feelings in the nation. But a funny thing has came up, or maybe it isn't so funny. Khalil Mack's contract with the Chicago Bears has become a tradable asset, meaning that it is possible with a whole lot of finagling for him to come back or be traded to any team. It's kind of like what just happened yesterday in basketball with James Harden's contract with the Houston Rockets and him being traded to the Nets. Everybody's talking about him being traded to the Nets, Brooklyn Nets, but no one's really talking about all the other trades that involve 4 teams and all that crazy shit, and Pacers and all these other squads that had to be put in the mix to make the deal workable. This is kind of the same situation. When you're talking about Khalil Mack, you're talking about somebody who, without question, was one of the greatest Raider defensive players of all time. But we all know that John Gruden and Khalil Mack and his management, they didn't get along at all. Joel Siegel, who is his agent, is not a very well-liked manager amongst the NFL GM. But that's what you need to have if you want some money. You better make sure you got somebody in your corner that is going to fight for you tooth and nail. So we all know that didn't work out. Khalil wanted to get paid, and he didn't really reach out to the new regime with John Gruden. So don't really understand that situation. I still haven't really understood it. It hasn't been spoke on enough, but I digress. Who cares? Who gives a shit? He ain't here. Okay. Now, what could happen is this would pretty much have to center on Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson would have to be the linchpin to make all this shit happen. We all know, and what we've heard of in Houston with the Texans, that Deshaun Watson isn't feeling like he wants to play for them anymore because of a whole bunch of situations that have nothing to do with the Raiders, but it do, because you had players like Henry Ruggs liking posts and potentiality of him being a Raider, which to me showed disrespect to Derek Carr. But hey, man, kids will be kids. So let's just talk about what can happen and how can it go down. For 3 seasons, Khalil's been gone. He's been over there with the Bears. They haven't done well. They had the same 8-8 record as the Raiders. And also, I've made it quite clear to people who want to try to use that as a rallying cry to drag the Raiders down the block. I say, man, Khalil Mack has won the same amount of playoff games that the Raiders have won. 0 since he's been gone. But his contract, man, is it's a lot of money, man. Okay. September 1st, 2018, Khalil Mack signed a 6-year extension with the Chicago Bears. His extension is worth $141 million with $60 million guaranteed, $90 million total guaranteed, and a cap hit that's going into this season of $38 million. Okay, his base, that's dead cap, $38 million, but his base salary is $26.646 million. That's a high number, man, for a player that's getting ready to turn 30. But it's Khalil Mack. But that doesn't mean we can afford him. It would have to be a lot of situations. If we get rid of the dead money that we have, the dead cap. We cut some players. We're only going to have probably 30 million to spend, and we got to have at least maybe half that for players that are going to get drafted in the draft. You can't spend all your money on a player and you got a whole draft coming up. So it doesn't look right, man. It just doesn't look like it could happen right now unless he's willing to restructure his contract. And why would he? He's a Pro Bowler this year. Why would he reschedule his bag to come to the Raiders, man? If he really wanted to play for the Raiders at the time, he would have rescheduled his money. But I look at him kind of like a Charles Woodson. That situation and Charles Woodson were the worst situations I've ever experienced on the defensive side of the ball being a Raider fan. Charles Woodson, I always knew he was going to come back to the Raiders one day. And I feel the same way about Khalil Mack, man. But without other teams coming into play and a big enough name like a Deshaun Watson who just got paid $37 million last year, it's not going to be something that can easily happen. Would I welcome it? Yeah, I'd welcome it. But I'm not trying to mortgage the future with any player. Any player. I'm not trying to mortgage the future of the Raiders. I'm not trying to mortgage the cap. I'm not trying to destroy the cap. I'm not trying to get rid of all the good pieces that we got, because we got a lot of great pieces, including Josh Jacobs. And without that offense, we still don't win games. I remember Khalil Mack being on the Raiders, and we not winning a damn thing with him. Okay? We haven't won a damn thing without him, but I'd rather have our offense lit, figure out what we're going to do on defense, maybe get a Melvin Gordon, maybe get a Leonard Williams and some other players, than to sit around talking about the girl that got away. She gone, man. Till further notice. All right, man. Love all y'all out there, man. Please continue to share, subscribe, and smash that notification bell, man. Matter of fact, destroy that notification bell so you can keep abreast of what we got cracking over here. It's always real talk, not fake talk. Salute.